Hi, so this was easily one of my favorite movies of this year. I absolutely adored it. And I think Eloise is a very interesting character. And so I want to know what kind of drew you to her character in the first place.
Um, I think the first thing that drew me to Ellie was her relationship with her grandma, Peggy. Yeah, between her and her grandma, it's very similar to the relationship that I have with my grandma Kate. And I kind of did this film in honor of my grandma, because she, like Ellie, my grandma is someone I've lived with my entire life and who I've always looked up to because she was an actress herself. So yeah, that relationship was the first thing I noticed and the first thing I related to. um, I think also kind of the journey that Ellie was on, coming from a small town and kind of entering into the city with big hopes and aspirations, maybe a little bit innocent, a little bit naive, to what she was getting into, a little bit vulnerable, I suppose. That's something I also related to. And luckily now I'm kind of I've learned hard and fast over the past couple years being in this industry, and I feel like I feel stronger and I feel kind of more, I don't know, capable, I suppose. So I hope Ellie is feeling that wherever she is right now. Yeah, just there were lots of kind of things that I related to with Ellie, and lots of things that I put research into so that I could kind of understand her more.
Yeah, and I think this movie is really interesting because I think everyone goes through that phase of like finding yourself in past decades, which is kind of what she does. And it's through her grandmother's like love of those the music of the 60s that
Yeah.
brings her into Soho in a way. But
Mhm.
with this movie in particular, because I don't want to spoil anything, the what we see in the trailer is how she goes into this kind of dream world, but it's not really, and gets to share her time with Sandy. And so when you were doing those scenes and it was kind of the mirror images, how did you prepare to kind of be Ellie, but also in her own way be Sandy?
Yeah, I think most of it, because it's not like, in a way, Ellie was becoming Sandy. She was really like, emulating her, but she was still very much herself. I think it was just like mainly about observation, really. I was just very, yeah, like focused in on Anya as Sandy's movements and
Mhm.
her expressions, and the energy that she was bringing. But um, Ellie was just really in awe of Sandy, and I'm in awe of Anya and all that she has achieved, and the wonderful person that she is. So it was quite easy to I don't know, to feel the way Ellie did, I suppose, just to be enamored by her. Yeah.
And just as like a last question, what do you hope audiences take away from Ellie as a character and the movie as a whole?
Um, I think just to not put too much pressure on yourself, I suppose. I think Ellie, um, you know, she obviously she loves fashion, and that's what she's passionate about, but she also wanted to make her grandma proud and she wanted to make her mum proud, and in that way she just put way too much pressure on yourself. So just to, like, be kind to yourself, I suppose.